I love planning trips, but half the fun is figuring out what I get to take along with me.
I always love finding new gear that makes travel just a little bit easier.
We're looking at some awesome travel products that we've been digging lately, starting with a bag from one of my personal favorite brands.
Check it out.
This 2-in-1 sling from ALPAKA is durable, lightweight, and big enough for just the essentials. It's water-resistant AXOFlux 210D recycled ripstop nylon fabric and AquaGuard YKK zippers protect your gear in bad weather, and it comes together in a 6.35-ounce package. It includes a wrist strap and a longer crossbody strap that connects via magnetic buckles, so it easily goes from passport wallet to daily carry sling. All right. It's called the flight pouch. Is this big enough for what you need when you're on a flight?
Maybe.
Yeah? Take a look on the inside,
I think it's a
too.
little bit small, probably. I'm thinking battery bank, cable, headphones. I mean, wow, I can just see real quick. Let me go get my sling.
There we go.
Okay, so here's everything I would pack. Let's see if we can fit it in. Okay, we put everything in here. Let's see if it's gonna close. Phone's gonna be separate. Whew. I mean, yeah, to answer your question, I could.
Yeah.
I don't know if it feels comfy, but yeah, this can all fit in there, but it's like, I don't want to like have it jammed in there.
Yeah.
But it is like a nice little wallet. I like it. It's very thoughtfully designed. I can fit everything in here.
Yeah.
But for me, I would go like a liter larger and just go with an actual sling.
Actually make it like a carryable bag.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this too, it has the straps here where you can wear this like a sling.
Yeah.
No padding or anything, but in our experience, this is fine with a bag this size.
Oh, totally.
Like you don't need much more.
Let's try it too with everything in here. Oop, mic came off. I mean, that looks sweet though.
It looks really nice.
Feels awesome. I like it a lot.
Which ALPAKA does so well.
Yeah.
They're so good at making like,
I know
really
y'all are
nice.
ALPAKA fans. You're always
Yeah.
watching the vids. Yeah.
I think it's like if you have just a fraction less than what you have. Because like if we go in here,
But who does? I mean, I guess.
looking at myself, like I probably wouldn't have
No
a battery
bank.
bank in here.
Yep.
I generally don't travel with one. I would say chapstick headphones,
No Kindle, yeah.
no Kindle. And that's primarily something that I'm taking on a plane pretty much every time I fly. So this, by default, is not gonna make it
Yeah.
for me. However, if you do the little tricky trick where you stick it under your shirt to get onto a flight,
Edit this out.
if you have a personal item and a carry-on bag, and then you can't have a third item. But if you just convenient put it underneath a shirt, which I
would
maybe
never.
or maybe have not done before.
You got a real
I don't know.
OG over here.
I don't know, but this is pretty slim
Yep.
and could theoretically.
You
but
didn't
I do,
hear it here.
You didn't hear it here.
Yeah.
We're not liable. However,
Delete this from your watch history right now.
I do have a sling that is a very similar silhouette to this, and it does fit a Kindle. So that's going to be the winner for
There
me.
you go.
But I do like, though, that if you wanted to use this as like a pouch for your passport wallet, essentially, because you've got these like card slots
Yeah.
here, you can stick some other like important items in here. It does come with a little like wrist strap too.
It's almost like a passport wallet at this point.
Almost like a passport wallet, or honestly, even a tech pouch for me, because I don't carry that many tech items when I'm just traveling, like
Yeah.
for a long weekend or something.
Yeah.
So I think it's got that versatility, but you just need to be a lighter packer, I think.
I think that's totally a good point. Like we were gonna pack with her stuff, or I wanted to. It was like, no, it doesn't matter because like there's Kindle, so I think you can apply that to yourself. Like if you have a deal breaker item you need with you on the plane, maybe like just like start with that. You don't have to test everything. If the dimensions don't fit, then it's not for you.
Yeah.
Easy. Also, this is not a good place to put chapstick. I'm like having a hard time getting it out. Don't do that.
It was too good to be true.
It looked so good.
It
Look at
looks
that.
so good. I would say that's more of a pen slot
Got it. There we
than
go.
anything.
Yeah.
The BIHN Synik 26 has plenty of pockets and organization for all your gear, which is something that I look for in a bag. Most of them have independent volume, the main compartment is large and roomy, and the 15-inch laptop sleeve has multiple access points. There are a ton of color and material combinations, whether it's an X-Pack or ballistic nylon external shell, and BIHN is always adding more. So I know you're familiar with the Synik in general. How do you feel about all of this front pocket organization?
I like it a lot. I feel like the shape of this bag looks a lot smaller than actually what you can fit inside. I feel like it's deceptively roomy, like once you go inside of here, so I'm really a big fan.
They also have this water bottle pocket here up at the top.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things is when it's like anchored in the middle, the weight, you don't feel it like pulling you down to the side like you can with other bags, which I really, really like.
I think it's a really sleek way to include a water bottle pocket without making it like really big on either side, and not needing any mesh or anything too. It just looks very nice. And you don't have to use it for a water bottle. You can put literally anything
you
else
want
in
in
there.
there.
It can get, I noticed, a little bit small with larger bottles. If that's something that you have, like if you had like a Nalgene or something, it can start to cut into space in these pockets here.
Right.
So you kind of have to decide what you want to put in there, if you want more water or if you want more of your other gear.
And if you watch Pack Hacker, you likely have an optimized tight water bottle already.
Yes.
So I've always liked this. It's like pretty thick on the foam, but I think it's very nicely padded, and Tom Bin just makes good bags, so I'm a fan.
But this main compartment zipper, I want you to try and open that really quick. And I had a bunch of other people do it, but I want to see if it was just me.
It's a little tight on the corners.
It was tight pretty much everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, it turned into something, I think they're number 10 YKK.
Well, the reason though is because there's the aqua guard on the inside, so that's always a lot stiffer. So I'm not really used to seeing an aqua guard reverse coiled like that. That's really interesting.
Yeah, that it's on the
Or it's like
inside versus the outside.
Reverse coiled.
Yeah. After the 2 weeks, it still wasn't really opening any faster.
Yeah.
So, you know.
It won't break in.
Yeah.
You get what you get. Do we have another one? So we have a previous version of the Synik, and looks like, oh yeah, this has the same. Doesn't feel as tight though for some reason.
The zipper aside though, I really love this bag. I mean, we liked all of the Syniks and it really is just a different size.
Sure.
But it was great for like a quick, like long weekend or something like that if I packed well.
Yeah.
Another travel essential I don't want to live without is the ability to block robocalls and junk emails. There's nothing worse than being jolted out of your relaxing vacation by an unknown phone number. But spam calls to my phone stopped virtually overnight once I started working with Ikigai, this video's sponsor. All I have to do is sign in with the email I want spam removed from. Ikigai does the rest. They've reached out to data brokers on my behalf to get my information removed from more than 600 sites, making phone calls and handling objections for me. Of course, the biggest question is, how did those sites even get my info? It starts when you sign up for things like store and travel rewards, or hand out your name, address, phone number, or financial details to sites you legitimately want to do business with. They might turn around and sell that info to data brokers, who then peddle it to other companies. It just happened with our staff writer, Christine. Emails from Bloomingdale's started showing up in her inbox, and she's never shopped there or signed up on their website. Thankfully, Ikigai has a family plan that lets me share my subscription with 4 more people, so I can help her out. You can stop all of that annoying spam too. Ikigai is giving Packhacker viewers a 60% discount on an annual plan when you use code Packhacker at the link in the description below. Now, let's get back to more awesome travel products. These compression packing cubes from BAGSMART have been a sleeper hit with us in the office lately. They have a great value for the price. The 6 or 4-piece set has a combination of 3 cube sizes and a shoe pouch. Doing some quick math, each cube is about $7 at the time of this video. The polyester material is soft and flexible, and the SBS zippers have handled us overstuffing the cubes more than once. We have the 6-piece, so it comes with 2 small and 2 medium as well. And then this is the shoe pouch, which I'll set to the side for a second. How do you feel about these sizes?
I feel like the sizes are okay. What goes in here? Like underwear, socks, tops, bottoms.
That's kind of where I struggled
Yeah.
because these ones are so long. I had to mix things. So usually when we pack here at the office, everybody kind of packs similarly, where we put like underwear and socks and things in one cube.
Yeah.
And this was just too big
long,
for that, too long. But that was kind of an odd shape. I did wish that we had a smaller one. So I stacked these in their carry-on luggage. These ones fit nicely in like the side.
Yeah.
It was kind of, they did like fit, I could shove them easily like in a gap corner. You know how sometimes like you line up a bunch of tiny cubes? And then with the compression, they worked really well. Honestly, the SBS zippers did a really good job. I overstuffed these a lot. And then we also have these fun labels on the front here, which they sent, and I don't think we have them. Oh no, we do. They sent like these little things which you can individually break off
quick.
and write your own
If you
whatever
want, yeah.
label. And then we have the shoe pouch here, which is actually a dual compartment shoe pouch. So there's a little panel down here. You can see where it's stitched in, and it flexes either direction based off the size of your shoe.
Is this a shoe pouch or a dirty or clean laundry?
Shoe pouch technically,
Yeah.
but you could use it for dirty.
Yeah,
or
because
clean
I've seen
laundry.
that so many times with dirty and clean laundry on the sides. It's interesting. I feel like if you're going one bag, this is just, these are like too big and too much. But if you're packing into a suitcase and you're packing more clothing, this is a better size because you're probably gonna want like more outfit changes. So you're gonna have more socks, more underwear, and something like this, it's gonna fit way easier into a carry-on. when you're going one bag, it's like you can only fit this like halfway because you have all of your other stuff to fit in, whether it's a 35 or a 40-liter bag that you're working with. Like these are just a little bit too big if you want to like split things up in that way.
Yeah, I agree. It's because I think you're going to have a harder time getting this size kind of combination in a carry-on bag or a carry-on backpack than you would with like carry-on luggage or even checked luggage.
Gotcha.
This next travel essential is for lovers of all things aesthetic, because who says your pill case can't look good too? This weekly pill case from Ikigai Cases can fit more than a dozen pills each slot, depending on their size. It's made of aluminum, so when the top slides open, it can be a little loud. Ooh. However, we like how it opens with a satisfying click, and you can engrave the days of the week or spice it up with different colors. How does this feel in hand?
Too heavy. I was super hot on this thing, and I just thought it looked so beautifully designed. And like, if you look at pill cases, there's not a lot out there that actually look good, but I think it's a little bit heavy and a little bit large.
Yeah.
And I was a little bummed that it didn't feel a little bit more like easy to pack once we received it.
Yeah. I think this is something that is really good functionality-wise for at home.
Yeah.
They do have a smaller one for travel, which
They
is
have
an
a
option.
smaller one too, right? They have 3.
They do have 3. The third one is just a single compartment, so less convenient if you're trying to separate. But if you're only going to be gone for 3 days, this is going to be really great for that. But it is heavy. Like this weight is a deal breaker for you, I would assume. It's 7.3 ounces.
Yeah, it's a little too heavy.
Yeah, it's like over almost half a pound, you know? Like that's pretty significant. One other thing is, you know, we have the days of the week engraved on here, and Eric brought up a good point that if you are traveling starting on Friday, but you are going to be gone until Tuesday the next week, you can't open this and dump out just Friday. You're dumping out all of the other pills too.
Got 'em.
So this is definitely designed for at home, but what I think it does really well is that sort of like aesthetic standpoint, which is kind of hard to beat when you like, I leave this out on my desk here. And it's nice because it's not like screaming pill case, which I think is a look. It's a look. These are made to last. Like if you're looking to kind of one and done this is definitely a really great option.
Definitely.
Just maybe not for one bag travel if you're trying to cut all your ounces. This next sling from Chrome Industries isn't just for bike commuters. It straddles a line between a crossbody and a messenger bag. Its 1050D nylon has a PU backing for weather protection, and you can swap out the buckle with other styles and colors to fit your style. The 9-liter capacity is great for those with more gear to carry, and there's even a U-lock and reflective elements if you do use it while cycling. All right, so I know that you've seen and tested this bag before. They've made a bit of a change, the biggest one being this buckle.
Oh, I see. No more CTA, no more call to action, no more button.
No more button. However, you can add that, and it's like an additional cost. The disadvantage of this one is that it doesn't attach. Like there's no, you gotta slide it over your head every single time. Which, thoughts on that? Not having a buckle?
I was proven wrong on this actually in a YouTube poll. I am totally okay not having a buckle, but we polled y'all, and I think it was overwhelmingly that people wanted them.
For me personally, I don't really care either. I find myself when I have the buckles, I never use them. And the Chrome Industries buckle is like a full-on seatbelt buckle. Like it's a vibe if you don't.
This is how I do it. There we go. Not so hard. I don't have super long hair though. So
That's
maybe for
true.
you it's more annoying. I don't know.
Yeah, the disadvantage of having long hair for sure.
Yeah, I feel like they just need more. When you said this was a new version, I was like, ooh, is there gonna be more organization? No,
they kept it
not.
really minimal with the design changes, and it was primarily just that buckle. It doesn't come with default that, like, you know.
The CTA, call to action, the button. My friend calls it that because he always wants to come press it. I'm wearing that bag.
Just take the bag off your body just by pushing it. And then we've got all the reflective accents and things like that.
That's cool.
Would you keep this slide buckle, or would you add?
Personally, I don't care. I think that's a very big brand thing with Chrome bags though, is you have that little buckle, right? I mean, that's totally a Chrome bag when you have the button there. So I'm personally okay with it. But
I'm okay with it too. I think that the buckle for me is just a little bit too loud, literally and figuratively, and that's also pretty loud. so it wouldn't really bother me, but I'm with you on the organization. I think that it just needs a little bit more zhuzh in here to make it more functional for me.
You got to be a pouch person if you want to pack it out.
Definitely a pouch person.
Yep.
But I mean, being able to attest to the comfortability for riding, if that's what you're going to be, if you're going to be really mobile and want to carry a decent amount of gear, this is a pretty solid option.
Yep.
If you like to DJ for your friends while you're on vacation, this is the speaker for you. I am DJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me. The Soundcore Motion 300 is larger than other travel speakers we've tested, but the excellent bass and overall sound quality make up for it. Plus, SmartTune technology recognizes whether the speaker is upright, laying down, or hanging, and automatically changes the EQ to balance the sound. The IPX7 rating keeps it safe poolside, and the battery gives you up to 13 hours of playtime. So you've heard how it sounds, you've got a good look at it. Is this a speaker that you'd be willing to sacrifice packability for sound quality?
I mean, the sound quality is super good. Me personally, I wouldn't. Like I know someone who brings like a giant JBL like tube, and it takes up like a third of their suitcase, and it's like that they would like this because the quality is like very, very good. Like way more packable.
Yeah, I think that if like I had this speaker personally, you know, outside of working here, if I had this, I would be the person where everybody would message me before a trip and go, can you bring your speaker? Because we have the people in my friend group who we do that to because theirs is the best out of everybody's. So this, I think for me, is something that I would definitely make space for. But it is pretty heavy. Like it's, I mean, it feels pretty weighty. Like those JBL clips do a pretty
speaker
solid.
drivers in here. It's lighter than I thought it was going to be when I'm just looking at this first, but yeah, I mean, it's a speaker, it's heavy.
Yeah, definitely. Like the JBL clips, if you want just a little bit of sound around, like they do a pretty solid job for what you need it for, and they are a little bit more, well, significantly more packable, definitely lighter. So that's a pretty solid option. But it is very premium with this hanging loop. Like for me, I think I would be nervous to like hang it off of something if it was going to be moving around a ton. With like the JBL clips, those are actual plastic clips built into the speaker.
That's no doubt better.
So with that, it's definitely like more secure, but this buckle, I mean, like pulling it off, me just doing this right now, like it doesn't really
I didn't even like realize that came off. I was
Yeah.
like pulling at it and I was like, nah.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, get it back on.
Get it back together too.
Right.
Oh, yeah, you
So,
got it. Cool.
yeah, it feels very secure, surprisingly, I think for me, because it's not like an obvious closed loop. I'd be like, huh, but it does feel very secure, so you probably.
I have one more thing on this.
Yeah.
Hold on. Are we doing this or iPhone in a bowl for speakers? You know that trick?
Yes. iPhone in a bowl is trusty, but sometimes the bowl's not right.
That's true.
Sometimes the bowl
Well,
doesn't
you could
work.
pack this, and let's see, which one is going to be easier to pack? Probably this one.
It's just a bowl. I don't know. You could probably shove like your socks and underwear in the bowl.
There we go.
Shove that in there. Or
That's a good
just,
video idea.
Yeah. Or just
Thumbs up if you want us to pack this bowl and put socks in it.
perfect.
Yeah.
You don't always need a big water bottle on a trip. That's where a collapsible option comes in handy. The HYDAWAY collapsible water bottle expands to hold 17 ounces, but the silicone body collapses to a puck that's easier to stick in a sling and carry around. If you want to clip it to your backpack, you can slide a carabiner through the handle or get a HYDAWAY travel case with an attached clip. So with the shape of this one, how do you think that the shape benefits the function of the bottle itself?
The first thing I thought of is sometimes when you get bottles like this, they can kind of like tilt here when you're drinking it. So if it's full, you hold it to your mouth and then it just kind of, so this feels like more structured. Definitely is packable. I mean, it packs right into this little thing right here.
Yeah.
But in terms of the hand feel, it feels a little awkward to say the least.
Yeah. So it's designed for you to be able to like hold it around this area here, because if you feel that that's stiff,
That's stiffer.
that's not
Right.
going to actually collapse. So when you're actually pouring the water into your mouth, like you can hold it here and it's not going to do that bending thing
Does it
that
feel
you mentioned.
big? I mean, compare it to like this, which obviously is not packable, but like just the circumference of the bottle.
Yeah, this feels wider. This feels more like a Nalgene in terms of like width. But with this too, it can start to collapse down. Like if you use your pinky as support down at the bottom, it can start to like push in once you like start to lose water. You know what I mean?
Oh, do you do
like
that?
if there's more gas.
Oh, that's cool. Like as you get it.
Yeah, so like theoretically you could like
compresses as you go.
Yeah, you could be like, oh, I really only need this much water. I have this much water left. Like you can kind of compress it. Yeah, like that. There is a carry handle like this if you wanted to attach it to
Which
something.
I think is great because they also give you a carabiner with the thing. So I mean, if you don't have a carabiner, you want to strap this to your bag. Like if this doesn't fit in your water bottle pocket, like boom, there you go, right?
Yeah.
Now you just got a little place to hang it from your bag. I mean,
Yeah.
that's super nice.
Yeah. Two disadvantages that we have here, mostly with this spout. So one, it's always exposed. So if you are hanging it off of your bag, you're always going to have like that kind of chilling out,
Got
right?
you.
The other thing is, and Christine made a really good point when she tested this, is that you have to pull this out manually every single time, and then you put your mouth on it. So if you're in a plane and you're like, or you're just out and about and you don't have hand sanitizer, or like you don't want to use it every single time you want to pull your water bottle out, you do have to touch that every single time, which
I mean, you could unscrew.
you
But
could,
yeah, if you're gonna drink it through the spout, that is a really good point.
Yeah, but that packability
Yeah.
is pretty solid.
I do want to
Water.
fill it up and just see.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is some good structural integrity. This is full, and if you're bringing it up to your mouth, like it totally stays solid, which is great.
Yeah.
Some of these that are like this kind of silicone material, when you bring it up to your mouth, it'll kind of bend. It's totally staying, even with no air in there.
With this as well, it does kind of give straw vibes, but it's not a straw. So you don't suck like, well, it's just sitting like this. You do have to always like tip it back. And it does kind of pour out. So
do you want to drink from that now that I opened it with my fingers?
Not really, but thanks for the offer. Do you want to drink from it now that I'm closing it with my fingers?
No.
But it does, there's no leaks or anything like that. That was leftover water, but there's no leaks or anything like that. So functionality-wise, pretty solid.
That's totally fine too.
Yeah.
If you just take it off.
And didn't have like a silicone-y taste or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I think in terms of like actual silicone collapsible bottles, this is kind of the move.
The move.
So there are some awesome travel products that we've been digging lately.
If you have a favorite from the video, let us know down in the comments below. If there's something you really want us to check out, drop that down there too. See you in the next video.